What's cracking, y'all? You are now watching Boo TV. Appreciate you for stopping in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and let's get into the topic for today.
Recently, I put out a post stating this. I have been rather modest with my MJ content lately. I usually watch other people's MJ stuff. They do excellent work. However, these Bron Goblins are about to make me start punishing them for real. The MJ lies and BS is getting obnoxious. Perhaps it's a never-ending war, sure. But perhaps I'm not doing enough as a brother in arms. Hoorah! Yes. Now, you heard me use the term Bron Goblins. For those of you that are new here, that's something I came up with. The bronsexuals, you might have heard them called that before. The La Media, the La Group, Clutch Clients, whatever. Bron Goblins, grimy, slimy, ghoulish creatures that worship this man to their detriment. They just don't know it yet. But let's get into what I really gotta say. Like I said, I've been hearing, I've been seeing a lot of Michael Jordan disrespect and trolling going across various forms of media. And the sad thing about the trolling is that people that know basketball can look at the obvious troll posts and be like, yeah, they're just trolling. But people that don't know hoops like that and history like that will look at that troll post as truth and gospel. It's sad that we live in an era where you almost have to fact check anything and everything just because there is so much bullshit people put out in the universe on a daily basis. We know a lot of the Michael Jordan disrespect, lies, revisionist history comes from the LeBron people, the La Media, the bronsexuals, and the Bron Goblins, aka Bron Gobs. Like I said, slimy, ghoulish creatures, minions, pushing the narrative. And they are so insecure. That's the funny part. They are so insecure about their king's legacy that they can't argue for him by speaking truth on his career and leaving it at that, but instead trying to tear everyone else down. But okay, we can play that game too. So, some of the noise that I've been hearing lately is that Jordan wasn't shit without Scottie Pippen. And Pippen was the real leader of the team. Never won a chip until Pippen got there. Things like that. And on the surface, yes, we all know Mike and Scottie did all of their championship winning together, along with PJ, Phil Jackson. But people are out here acting like Scottie came into the league as an all-star. People acting like they won their first chip when Scottie was a rookie. Obviously, people saying this are clearly young people that don't know anything about the history of the NBA, about basketball, especially anything prior to 2016 probably, and people that, I guess I could say, and or Bron Goblins and Clutch affiliates of all ages, my age, older than me, I've seen them all ages. People that are saying this have no idea the kind of player Scottie was coming into the NBA, or they wouldn't say that. Or how he was of no aid or significance to Jordan early on in his career. Scottie came off the bench every single game in his rookie year. Did you know that? Did you know that, Bron Goblins? How's your history? Yeah, Scottie Pippen was a bench player coming into the league. I bet you didn't know that. I bet you didn't. Every single game in his rookie year for about 8 points per game. And that's me rounding up. This wasn't a team that was robust with talent and Pippen just had to wait his turn despite being ready. He wasn't good enough yet. Point blank simple, he was not good enough yet. Meanwhile, Mike was carrying around Mike Brown and aged Artis Gilmore, Brad Sellers, and the rest of the gang on about 35 points per game, 3 steals a game, 6 assists, and 5.5 boards. It took Scottie Pippen about 3 or 4 years of growth before he was no doubt ready to be a solid cornerstone for a championship contending team. The version of Scottie Pippen where we say Jordan and Pippen, that version took a couple of years to arrive. He got better each year, kudos to him, also due in part to MJ's patience in taking Scottie Pippen under his wing. Jordan had a huge part in cultivating Scottie. Same thing with Horace Grant. Horace came in as primarily a bench player as well, and was on a similar developmental path as Scottie. So no, MJ never did it by himself. But please show me the player that has done it by themselves, consistently at that. I'm waiting.
2,000 years later.
You LeBron people have the nerve to say shit like that. When your guy could never have the patience to see a young kid in Scottie not knowing what he could or would become, but stick to the path and allow this kid to grow and mature and wade through the rough waters year after year until y'all figure it out. LeBron could have never done that. LeBron would have had his ass traded because he runs from the grind. Scottie would have been traded with a group of other players, or LeBron would have bolted to a super team. He wants his all-stars all ready to go already. He wants to assemble Voltron at every chance available.
Form, arms, and body. And all form the head.
It's funny how they act like Scottie Pippen is some kind of top 20 player of all time. It's crazy how nobody talks about Scottie like that. But when it comes to trying to minimize Michael Jordan and make him seem something less of what he is or diminishing him in some kind of way, then all of a sudden, Scottie Pippen harnesses the power of a nuclear bomb. While on the other hand, and I'm about to play y'all silly game, I'm about to give y'all a taste of y'all own medicine. And to tell me what you think. And you tell me what you think.
Taste of your own medicine, doctor.
While on the other hand, the LeBron people act like LeBron wasn't joining forces with multiple All-Stars at the same time. Already established All-Stars at that. Talking about what did Jordan win without Pippen? What was LeBron James winning before he ran away from the grind to join forces with an already established champion in Dwayne Wade and an all-star Chris Bosh in Miami? Please tell me what LeBron won prior to that. I'll wait for it.
I'm waiting.
He might have won the hearts of some people that run from the grind and make excuses like himself. Yeah. He's their hero, unquestionably. Scottie Pippen was not the caliber of player Dwayne Wade was, let alone having Chris Bosh as well. Matter of fact, how many championships has LeBron James won when he didn't have a collection of at least 2 other all-world all-stars with him? I'll wait. Just one? One championship? When it was him and Anthony Davis? Oh, that was in the bubble too? Oh, wait. Oh, really? And Anthony Davis arguably should have gotten Finals MVP at that? Interesting. Interesting indeed. Make it make sense, people. Michael Jordan led. Michael Jordan cultivated. Michael Jordan stayed. Michael Jordan worked with the pieces around him and figured it out. LeBron went to Dwayne Wade to learn how to win from an already champion and third best player in the NBA at the time. And if the 2011 finals isn't any indication on how much LeBron had to learn from Wade, I don't know what is.
That ball goes on the ground or that ball is in the air, who is winning that battle tonight? Whatever it is you're doing, there can't be a weak link. You ain't letting us lose tonight. Not tonight. It is a primal game.
James, 9 assists in game 3. Not a big scoring game, just 17 points. As Wade took over with the scoring. James, tough shot. That's 8 offensive rebounds already. Shot clock at 6. Haslam. James cutting to the basket. Bosh not expecting it. Bounces off his chest. Here's Terry. Back out to Kidd. Nowitzki inside to Chandler. Block. Oh, what a block from Wade. A spectacular defensive play. Wade inside and banks it in. Comes right back down the other end. Wade on the attack. Feeds inside to Bosh, who lost it. And Wade gets it back up top to James. James fakes, drives, pull-up jumper. Won't go. No.
Bron Goblins, your logic and argument is weak and flawed. They do the same thing to Kobe Bryant with Pau Gasol. Nobody ever talks about Pau. Whenever people talk about the best bigs during Pau's era, for whatever reason, he's seemingly forgotten. I haven't forgotten about him. I love Pau Gasol. They shrugged the man off. But when they tried to diminish Kobe, all of a sudden, Pau Gasol was a top 5, top 10 player all of a sudden. They left Pau Gasol off the top 75 list despite being a 2-time champion. And that tells you how they really feel about his individual player profile. All y'all disrespectful. One thing I can promise you, Michael Jordan was so great that he was going to eventually win championships regardless to who was his wingman. You can't say the same for Scottie. The same way people swore up and down that Kobe was nobody without Shaq and he could never win without Shaquille O'Neal, look how that turned out. Jordan never needed a top 3 player. Jordan never needed a collection of perennial all-stars that each by themselves could carry a team. Mike needed a reliable ace in the hole, all-time great, Hall of Famer, and a collection of well-defined role players at various levels, and a competent coach. Jordan even changed his game to work within the triangle offense, something that was more dynamic for him given his responsibility in the offense in his previous teams as opposed to people playing a role. I have never seen LeBron James do that. I have never seen LeBron James dynamically change his game or even just try to fit into a system where everything wasn't the system, where he didn't have to monopolize the ball from point A to point B so often. I've seen Michael Jordan change his game. I've seen him play in a variety of ways whenever he needed to. I really haven't seen that from LeBron James, and he's unwilling to do that for extended periods of time. Michael Jordan took the losses. Michael Jordan took the haymakers. He took the chin taps and the jabs. All of it. What did he do? Got back in the lab, back to the grind to better himself, to push himself further, took responsibility, held himself accountable. And that makes the sweet taste of victory so much better after going through what he went through and how he went through it.
The Bulls, greeted by a portion of this foreign crowd as they try to get back to their locker room. For the Lakers, a different story.
Here we are with Michael, surrounded by his mom and his dad and wife. Under the hat, that wasn't fair, but I'm covered with champagne, I can hardly see. Michael, what does it mean to you?
It means so much. I mean, not just for me, but for the team and for the whole city. It's been a 7-year struggle. I mean, when I first got into Chicago, we started at the bottom, and every year we just worked harder and harder until we got to it. And, you know, it's so gratifying. You know, I'm appreciated so long in my life, you know, for my family, for my kids, everything. It's the most proud day I've ever had.
as opposed to someone doing the complete opposite, bolting, unifying with other great players, and bragging about how easy it's going to be and how nobody's going to be able to stop them, while monopolizing and shifting the competitive balance in an already weak Eastern Conference.
We're going to challenge each other in practice, and the way we're going to challenge each other to get better in practice, once the game starts, I mean, it's going to be easy. With me and D-Wade running the wing, Pat could come back and play like he was back in his Kentucky days. Just throw it up there and we'll go get it.
Scottie Pippen likely would not be the Scottie Pippen we know today, or at least recognizable as he is, if it wasn't for Michael Jordan. The fact that the drama and conversation and rumors swirling around his ex-wife Larsa dating Jordan's son would not even be a conversation if it wasn't for the name of Jordan attached to all of it. And I want you guys to understand that I know how amazing Scottie Pippen was. I know how amazing Pau Gasol was. I know how important their contributions were. I'm not demonizing them or trying to make these guys seem less of what they are, but I'm just giving you the context behind it all, which is actually the complete opposite of what the Bron Goblins do. They tear down all the help LeBron James had and try to act like these guys didn't exist, or try to act like these guys weren't as good as what they were, just to make it seem like LeBron James had a bigger role in it all, in the winning, and he was doing everything, so that he can get all the glory but not take any of the blame. You Bron Goblins are so quick to say stupid shit like that. You Bron Goblins are so quick to say stupid shit like LeBron James can carry anybody to a championship. LeBron can carry a broke crayon and a used condom to an NBA championship. But all the evidence shows that all his championships required all the help in the world. Please make it make sense.
Bang, bang, I'm losing it! Bun down, shoe, mustard, pen, bun now! Mr. Krabs, I am so confused.
Now you got people today saying Michael Jordan's defense was overrated. He probably shouldn't have deserved Defensive Player of the Year. And they were giving him steals that should have been attributed to other players. When is this gonna stop? When? When is this going to stop? There will be no stop, I can tell you that already. This will not end. This madness will continue to move forward. You got the nerves to talk to me about analytics when LeBron James has capitalized off the analytics era and has been able to stack up numbers easier because of the atmosphere of the league, the rules, the defenses, and if you want to talk about it, assists. See, it's easier to get an assist in today's league than it was back in the day. The criteria for an assist was much harder in past eras. But you know what? That's a topic for another day. That's a video for another day, because I would love to break that one down for you. Like I said, I haven't been doing my part in defending Michael Jordan against all this bullshit. But I've come to step up to the plate and be more of a contributor in defending this guy's legacy. I gotta defend him the same way I defend Kobe and defend Larry Bird. I do. And I haven't been doing enough. Before I leave, let's take a look at some of the comments people had to say about the Michael Jordan post I put up regarding the disrespect around MJ. Partha Garwal says MJ was 10 times the man prime LeBron was. Scott McCormick says, no doubt in my mind who's the GOAT. MJ all day. Heath Overledger says, go in. Jason Mardonio Meza says, get him. Pat Q says, and I'm a Larry Bird fan too. Pat Q also says, but yes, I agree, Jordan is GOAT. He was good and actually worked on his game to become great, and the closest one to him is Kobe, and I'm absolutely not a Lakers fan. It's truly sad that people have to put out a narrative about Jordan and try to diminish his accomplishments just to prop someone else up to be better when literally everyone knows MJ is the greatest. But I never actually saw Wilt play, but his accomplishments are crazy. The most amazing thing is a season where he averaged 50 a game, and that wasn't the best thing. It was that he played just about every minute of every game. He got ejected after getting 2 Ts in a game that had 8 minutes left, but still in that season he averaged 48.5 minutes per game. And no one comes close to him in blocks. I'm sure the rebounds are shade under 23. Only 2 rings, but sheer domination no one comes close to. You got no argument from me. Wilt needs to be respected more. Microwave233 says, yes, the narratives to destroy him are getting ridiculous. They realize LeBron hasn't surpassed him, so they're going after every little thing. Meanwhile, Jordan doesn't care about any of this BS. That's the funny part, and I agree. Jordan's just minding his own business. He doesn't get involved in it. He doesn't care. He lets his legacy speak for himself. He's worried about making money, playing golf, smoking cigars, and drinking whiskey. Shout out to MJ. Pat Q also says, imagine him on those Celtics teams. Instead of Russell, someone had a clip up with the great teams and one other player on that team. Why not put Wilt on the Celtics dynasty, the 50s and 60s? And you want to talk about how untouchable they definitely would be. And Jordan wouldn't hold a candle to Wilt. Ooh, let's do it. Let's have that discussion. Tim Flint says, only idiots disagree. MJ is the GOAT, although I will say no one was better than Prime Bird. Garfield Heathcliff responds, I won't. Bird was a beast, but nobody better? That's how Bron fanboys talk. Oh, this is getting spicy. Let's go. Tim Flint responds, yeah, but Bron fans are wrong, LOL. 84-86 Bird won 3 straight MVPs, which has never been done since the three-point line was added, including 3 straight three-point shootout wins and 2 rings. Sugar Nads responds to Heathcliff. Bird owned Jordan. Owned him. Woo woo. KRCES1 responds to Sugar Nads. You crazy as hell. Bird had 5 Hall of Famers. Go check the Bulls team. MJ had 40 points per game against Boston. Nobody owned MJ. Never. Only time he played bad for a standard is Magic Series when he came back, and Sonics Finals when he averaged 27 points per game with back problems. This is getting spicy. Yeah, that Celtics team was all-time great, though. Passigiri responds to Tim Flint. But what did Bird say about MJ? Garfield Heathcliff responds to Sugar Nads. Stop it. Did you see the defense Bird played on Jordan? Which way did he go, George? Type defense. Besides, Larry knows God in basketball shorts. Joel Spalding responds to Heathcliff. Objectively true statement, though. If LeBron played with the intensity of MJ and Bird, then James would be the undisputed GOAT. However, he didn't, and doesn't, and therefore wasn't, and isn't, and never shall be the GOAT. I love that last paragraph. I love how you worded that there. That was well done. Let me read it again. However, he didn't and doesn't and therefore wasn't and isn't and never shall be the GOAT. Folks, that's all I got to say about this one. Like I said, I'm going to be addressing some of these things being said about Michael Jordan and calling out these idiots for the people that they are and their BS comments. It's okay. You think whoever the GOAT is, you think whoever better than whoever, but don't say stupid stuff like that. Don't say stuff that is not factual. Don't make things up. Don't lie. People are going to troll, but it's just stupid. It's just stupid. And you got people just taking these absurd statements, people that don't know any better, and then they're believing it's true, and then they're regurgitating it out. And then you get a cesspool of shit that we have out like we do now. That's all I got to say about it, folks. Check out our Michael Jordan playlist, and I'll catch you on the next one. We out, baby.